will allow me to. Okay, got it. It's saying it's live streaming now. So
Okay.
I'll do a quick intro. Can
Okay.
I ask you some questions? Ready
All
for these
right.
questions?
Yep, I'm ready.
Are you ready for these questions?
I don't know what they're gonna be, but I guess I'm ready. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be ready.
All
So,
right.
okay, we are live and streaming on Facebook. I am Shawna Solomon, the founder of the Black Label Market, and we are here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and our event is May 21st, and we wanted to give you guys an opportunity to meet the brand, and today we have LaShisha Holiday from Naptural Beauty Supply, so we are going to ask her some questions so that you can get to know her. Feel free to ask some questions if you have some as well. Make sure that you have registered for the Black Label Market. The website address is the blacklabelmarket.com, and you do not have to register to participate, but if you do register, you get something sweet. So with that being said, how are you doing today, LaShisha?
I'm doing just dandy. How you doing?
I am good. I'm good. So tell us about Naptural Beauty Supply.
So I am the founder of Naptural Beauty Supply. We're a beauty supply with naturals in mind. I make handmade, all natural, vegan friendly, small batch hair and body products. So we have a body product line of about 50 products that we rotate in and out.
Okay. And tell us about how you started Naptural Beauty Supply.
So there's a few kind of layers to how Naptural started. One of the most pivotal layers was my daughter. She was born prematurely. She was born at 23 weeks, and she was bald whenever she was born. And whenever she was old enough, I mixed oils to help her hair grow, and now she has a head full of hair. That's our top selling product, Holy Grail Hair Oil.
Okay. And so that was my next question. What is your top selling product? Tell us about your top selling product.
So Holy Grail Hair Oil is a mixture of, it's the mother of all oils. It has some jojoba oil, some Jamaican black castor oil, tea tree oil, peppermint oil, orange seed oil. It just is a stimulator for growth, and it also is a moisturizing oil. It can be used as sealing in moisture, as well as like a heat protectant if you're going to blow out your hair. So because it's so multi-use and light, it's such a great oil, and that's why it's our top seller.
Okay. So how about, what is one of your other main items? Because I know you were selling butters as well. Mm-hmm. Are you still doing that?
Yes. So that's next up. That's a high second is our body butters. Our top selling body butters are Sweet Orchard. Right now, Sweet Orchard it smells like apples, but it's not like the artificially apple smell. It's like going to the pumpkin patch. You know how they have like the apple section and you smell that? That's what it smells like. It smells really good. Okay. And that comes in a line where it's a body butter, a body scrub, and a body oil. Our signature Sugar Shea is also a really good seller. That is a body butter as well. It smells like chocolate mixed with sugar, so it's really nice. Mm-hmm. And then Mango Me Crazy, everybody goes bonkers crazy whenever that is right. Yes. Crazy.
Yes.
And that one's good head to toe. You can use it in your hair as well. Mango butter is really good for hair and body. We love a multi-use product. So we're very intentional with the ingredients and things that we put in so that it can be used multiple ways.
Okay. All right. So, we're getting ready to get into the nitty gritty with these questions, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do.
So what made you want to be an entrepreneur?
So remember I said there was layers to me starting. So I knew since I was a kid, like just thinking about the stuff that I did, I used to throw parties whenever I was in high school, and I would charge $2 to get in.
I know that's right.
And so
getting it early.
Yes, that was my introduction to entrepreneurship. And if anybody knows me, they knew about these parties. Like people who did not know me were like, I used to come to your house and party. Like my grandma's house was it. So that was kind of my introduction to it, but I didn't really know that it was a thing. And then I did some things with like multi-level marketing and things like that. And so I had the bug for entrepreneurship, and I went natural during my pregnancy with my son, Tyler, and he's almost 10. He'll be 10 this year. And whenever I went natural, I could not find the products in stores. Like I was going to like the local Walgreens, local Walmart. I'm going to online to shop. I'm also going to the beauty supply store where culturally there's a difference in the market, right? Yep. So they cannot relate to what I need for my hair. And I'm like, this is so frustrating. Like I wish there was a place where I can get information, where I can get the products that I need, and somebody who actually looks like me who can actually help me. Absolutely. And I felt like God put it on my heart for me to do that thing. So I had just transitioned jobs. I went from customer service into, I was working as a mortgage processor at a local company. And I was there for 3 months. I loved the job. They had, what is it called? Tuition reimbursement. I was in college. I was trying to figure all my stuff out. Like, okay, I know I have this idea for Naptural and I want to pursue it, but I wanted to, you know, get out of school, and I had a plan on how I wanted everything to roll. And I was very intentional too about the name with Naptural, but we'll get into that.
Yes, I love that, because that's one of your questions.
Yes. So I was working at this job for 3 months, and then they laid us off in January. And I'm talking about the person who hired me, his boss, all the way down. It was like a layoff of like 60 some people, and they laid us off in January. They said they didn't want to lay us off before Christmas, but they knew that they, they didn't want us, basically. Right. So I basically had gotten onto a sinking ship because I had only been there for 3 months, but they were already having like financial trouble and losing contracts. So I felt like I was honestly being pushed out of a airplane and with no parachute, and I'm literally trying to build this parachute. And at that time, my mom's birthday's in January. She's also a Capricorn, and she her birthday's in January, and I'm like, what the heck am I going to get her for her birthday? I'm way too old to make her a macaroni necklace, right? So I made her a body scrub. And from there, she was like, how much are you selling these for? And I'm like, I don't know. Her Capricorn mind's rolling. She's like, you don't got a job. And I was like, you're right. Like, I don't got a job. And she's like, and I was like, okay, well, this can be our first product. I was thinking of doing Naptural a completely different way. So it wasn't remember. So I was like, okay, well, this can be our first product. And then I started to roll with it. I was really scared. I had already had Naptural's Facebook page. I hadn't launched it. I just was nervous. So I put it out there. My friends and family started to purchase our body scrubs. And then it kind of took off from there. So that was our little first product. So yeah, that's how.
What would you say one of your, so you kind of touched on it, like, so what would you say one of your struggles are when it came to getting started with being an entrepreneur? You touched on like the fact that going into Walgreens and not being able to see the stuff that that you needed, especially like you said, like us. What are some other struggles that you have dealt with? And we'll go into the positive side as well, like some pluses that you have. What are some struggles that you've dealt with as an entrepreneur, and how have you overcome them?
So it honestly, bootstrapping. That's one of the biggest struggles for me, is like getting the money, putting it back into the business, figuring out the next thing for the business. There's so many opportunities, especially now we're at almost at year 5 of business. And we've grown so much, but honestly, it is still that bootstrapping and the solopreneur thing. I know that this isn't a business that is supposed to be solo, but in order to figure that out, I have to, there's so many other moving pieces to scale it upwards. So I would say that those are two capital, and which in both ways, like financial capital and human capital.
Okay, so that would kind of be like your next step if you were to go to, if you wanted to, no, because I know that it is that you want to scale, but being able to scale, a lot of times people be like, oh, I can do all this myself. And I'm like, no, you really need a team. I was just sitting here having that conversation today. Like, in order to get to the next level, you definitely need a team. But you've done so much yourself. Like, what tips would you give other entrepreneurs that are thinking about coming into even your industry? What tips would you give them to get started?
So the tips that I would give, honestly, would be to try to get help. as early on as possible. Like if you can afford the help, get the help, because it's going to help. It's going to help you. Like I have, thankfully, like my friends and my family will chip in whenever they can, but to have that consistent help, my sister, she'll help out. And then my kids, whenever I can, kind of bribe them to do things for me. But that would be something, honestly, that I would say. And also mentorship, that I feel like that has been a really important part. Like you need that cheerleader sometimes, because sometimes I'd be wanting to quit. Like, and to be completely frank.
Yeah, I used to say that I would quit every Tuesday.
I remember that. And now I'm about that. I'm about where you were.
Yep.
You know, then I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And then, you know, something great will happen. You know, I'll get a good wholesale order, or I'll get a further step in something that I've been trying to do. Like I'm doing a lot with trying to get, I haven't really even said anything about it, but Amazon, that's been a goal of mine, and I'm really pushing towards that. And I keep getting further and further in that process. And I'm like, well, you can't quit now. Like you can't quit. And every time I try to throw in the towel, God's like, no, here, daughter, here.
You got it. Yeah. So that was one of my next questions was, where do you see, what is something that you're working on now? So it's Amazon.
Yeah.
So
Amazon.
Okay.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
I am at the point where I need to add like products and product descriptions, and then I'll be shipping them off a shipment. So I've been working with one of their business consultants there, and he's been a tremendous help with like pushing me with that, because it's something that I have been trying to get done since early 2021, but being a solo entrepreneur, it's hard to do all of these moving parts. I did solidify a couple wholesale contracts, but I wasn't able to land that one because it takes a lot of brain power to sit and be still for a moment and actually read through, because it's dense material. And I'm
sometimes you gotta sit and be still. There's a lot of sometimes, and I think as entrepreneurs, we think we always have to be going, and sometimes God will stop you. Yes. So that you can focus on what it is that he has for you, right? Like a lot of times we have people, I get people here all the time. They're like, I want to do this and I want to do this. And I'm like, let's focus on what your goals are. And here's the thing, when it comes to like your purpose too, like I feel like with Naptural, like that is really your purpose. Like of course I follow you on TikTok, and like just seeing you glow, following you on Instagram and how you talk about your products and educating everybody. Like, tell us more about that, because to me, I feel like education is huge when it comes to small business, and that is what can take you from one thing to the next. Like that can take you from being here up to here, because people are in a space now where they want to know, and they want to buy from us now, not from these big stores. So tell us some more about not just how we can find you, but your idea of educating those on social media, because that's huge.
So I was very intentional with Naptural, down to the name. I'm very meticulous about like branding and like how things look and all of that. But down to the name, like Naptural, it was very intentional. People get confused, like, oh, is it natural? I'm like, no, it's Naptural. I wanted to take the negative connotation out of the word nappy, because we're beautiful just the way we are. God intended us to be this way. So I did want to do that and take the power back. And with my social media, I just go in, and especially with TikTok, I feel like Facebook is like,
it has its own audience.
It has its own audience. It does. It has its own audience. And that's where I started. I love Facebook. You don't have to be as polished. Instagram, I feel like you have to be a little bit more polished there. They want you to be polished, but they want to know your story. TikTok is like your cousins. It's like your family. I be calling them my TikTok cousins. Yeah. It's the hood to me, so to speak, because they take the hood of social media. Right. So I can literally go on there and just kind of just shoot the breeze with them and just talk to them about our different products and things like that. And then they're really inquisitive. They're asking questions. And then that just rolls into a whole nother ball. So I absolutely adore TikTok now that I've figured it out. And, you and I have gone through that to kind of figure out TikTok. So I'm really appreciative for that.
I love me some TikTok. I was dancing up.
Yes,
say
yes.
so.
And I'm
And
like, it's so.
I think one of the things with small business is knowing where your people are and
Mhm.
showing up for them there.
Yeah.
But also like with being consistent and the showing up, you know, like you're 5 years in. A lot of people can't say that they've been in business for 5 years and still
Yep.
going. You
Yep.
know, so it's like, where do you see yourself? Let's say 5 years from now, where do you see Naptural at 5 years from now?
So I see myself more so sitting back and being the real CEO, right? Because like
Absolutely.
there's so many people. Oh, I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO. You ain't a CEO until you got people up underneath, and so you're
Period.
really making the
Absolutely.
moves. And you're making the moves, and you're telling somebody to go make the move versus you going and having to go do that thing. So I aspire to be that, to be a actual CEO. I am okay, well, I feel like I want to do this butter. Okay, so we're going to launch this day and move this here and do this. Oh, send Amazon 3,000 of this. Like,
Right.
that's what I
Right.
aspire to do without me having to run
To
around
be
and
in
do
it.
everything.
It's a lot being in business. And that's what I like to
Yes.
tell my clients, that like, we got to think bigger. I was on a call yesterday and I'm like, everything that I tell my clients to do is not just for right now. It's for longevity, because we want to
Yes.
make sure that you are still around 3-5 years from now.
Mhm.
How, if you could get, this is, of course, it's going to be a fun question. If you could give one celebrity one of your products, what would it be and who would it be?
Okay. So,
And I don't tell anybody. So while we were doing the Meet the Brand for Black Label Market, I'm not telling anybody with these questions. You know, nobody knows
yeah,
what your
you did.
questions
And
are.
I was waiting for him to drop in the thing, and I was like, let me just message her because I don't know what to
No.
do. So I think because he is my bae, even though he just cut off his beard, Michael B. Jordan,
Oh,
I
okay.
would give him my beard way products, and that would be it. Because I know he's spoken for, so I'm not gonna do nothing. But
So we need to claim that. We need to claim
right.
that. We're going to share this so that we can get Michael B.
Yes.
Jordan to get in touch with his PR so that we can get him some of
some beard
back. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and what do you have for us? What are you going to have for us for the Black Label Market? And what is
So I did something special because this market to me is very, very special. I do feel like we have a lot of clients that cross, and there's a lot of like businesses. So I am going to do a rich auntie box because I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of rich aunties in the building.
There's
so
rich aunties.
the
They come with money ablazing.
Yes. So the Rich Auntie box will consist of a 14 and a half ounce candle. It's going to smell like cocoa butter, some cashmere, and it smells really nice without being sweet in your typical like vanilla or whatever candle. And then it'll have the likings of a body butter, a body scrub, and a massage oil. So that's what we'll have coming up for the Rich Aunties.
Okay, and that's specifically for the Black Label Market?
Yes, it is.
Oh, so it's special over here.
There will only be, I want to say I'm doing a dozen. So
okay, and what's the price point for those?
Though I was trying to
okay me. Well, we don't know, but we do know that there's only going to be 12. So you want to make sure you get there early so that you can get whatever it is, and that you cannot get it anywhere. You won't be able to get it on her website probably until after that, if you are even able to, because we're going to claim that we're going to sell those out.
Sell them out.
So when it comes to the Black Label Market, tell us about your experience. How do you feel about the whole experience with the ladies and stuff?
I love the other ladies. I've been fortunate enough to know a few of the businesses. Like my bestie and business bestie is Mo, the Norco. And I'm a Zuri bead fanatic, so I do know a few of the other businesses. And I think that it's a very unique experience. It's an experience that I haven't had the pleasure of doing in Pittsburgh. So I really appreciate you bringing the glam to Pittsburgh, because you see these events being thrown in other places. And I feel like that we do have the people here, and we do have amazing businesses
Absolutely.
that can come up and step up into this piece of luxury. And I love it. I love everything about it. And I love the Black too.
Yeah, how I am with making everybody wear Black, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate y'all for, following suit and being a part of Black Label Market. Real quick, we're going to, we're done, but I want you to tell everybody where they can find you at, give them your website information, tell them anything else that you want them to know.
Okay, so make sure you get your Rich Auntie box. That's first and foremost. Secondly, you can find us on all social media platforms at Naptural, and that's Naptural Beauty Supply. Make sure you follow us on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, because those are where we're most active. And our website is www.napturalbeautysupply.com.
And don't you have a private page?
I do. And I just posted in my daggone community, and I've been a lot more active in my community as of late.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. So we do have a VIP group. You have to really be true to Naptural to get invited. That is an invitation only page, but we do have an open page, which is called the Naptural Community. And that has a few hundred people in it. And we just can go in there and you can ask questions if you're new to being natural. If you have a question about a product, we have a lot of people in our community that are super duper helpful and like, hey, well, have you ever used this product this way? Or how do you use this? Or if
more education,
like that, more education. And our community is super helpful.
Okay. All right. Well, we want to thank you so much for being a part of the Black Label Market. For those who are watching, make sure that you head over to the naturalbeautysupply.com and grab up some of her products.
Yes.
And make sure that you save the date, right? May 21st. So that you can come in and see all of the other, not just Naptural, but all the other businesses that are going to be there. We're super excited. Make sure you guys stay tuned, because we have another Meet the Brand. I believe it's next week. I'm not sure the exact date. We have so many amazing businesses. I'm just like, let's just get them scheduled. I don't get them scheduled, yes. Right? So make sure that you guys are following the Black Label Market the page. And if you have any questions as far as like registration, of course, you can reach out to us via Messenger, or you can head over to the website. But we appreciate you guys taking the time to meet the brand, which is Naptural Beauty Supply. You'll see us posting her stuff all day today, along with some links. And everybody have a good rest of your afternoon or the rest of your day.
Yes.
All right.
Absolutely.
All
See
right.
you guys.
Thank you so much, LaShisha. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.